Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode 140. Welcome, friends. Happy Friday, November 21st to you. I hope you are doing well. If it is your first time here, welcome. My channel is mainly about stitching and knitting and quilting and making, oh my, all the fun. I hope you stick around and check me out. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. All right, friends, let's dive in like we love to do. I'm going to run through a quick little table of contents, letting you know what we're going to chit chat about today. I think it's going to be a little short and sweet. I am back with my weekly intervals, so that's exciting, which means I only have 1 week worth of fun to share with you. Actually, there's a little bit of secret fun that I'm not sharing, and I worked diligently on 2 projects. So like I said, it could be short and sweet. I have a little bit of stitching. I do have some progress on a big girl whip that we've been talking about. I've got big time goals of what I want to do, and I'm hitting some milestones. We're going to talk about her. I had a quick little ornament finish, so that's super fun. And then some knitting progress, a little bit of knitting haul, and that's it. Like I said, quick, maybe. We'll see. So if you were here last time, you know that I brought out my favorite Peacorn. Let me pull the chart just in case you're unfamiliar. A peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. She is one of my big girls that is living her best life here in 2025. I had goals. I put them out into the ether last week, just a week ago. So what I did, if you were here last week, you remember that I had divided the Peacorn into 20 pages. It kind of correlates with the pages of the book. As of last week, I was definitely completely done by the top row. So the first 5 pages, totally good. And I had taken a look, and I kind of zig and zag. I'm not really like a page finisher. I'm let's do something fun. Like I went down to the unicorn. Anyway, I squirreled a little bit. But last week, I put it out into the ether, put it out to you guys, that I wanted to get some more page finishes. I wanted to color in. I love crossing off on a to-do list. Can you feel me? So I love crossing off on a to-do list. I love coloring in a box. I love all the things. I brought it to do with you. That's so fun. Okay. So anyway, I decided it would be super fun if I could get this second row done. And there were bits and pieces and bobs and finishes. It was at different levels of finishing. So I hunkered down since last week. Are you ready for it, friends? How many pages do you think Guess in the comments. I mean, you don't have to. There's no interaction. I wish there was a way I could do a poll right here live. There's 5, right? And you remember, maybe you don't remember. Where was I? How many pages do you think I got done? Now, some of them didn't need too much to get done. So I'm not really giving myself too much credit, but credit nonetheless. Are you ready for it, friends? Now, I'll tell you. You're going to be like, I don't. 3. I went ahead and I ate the vegetables of these bugs. If you were here last week, I felt like everything I didn't want to stitch was a bug. But I finished this bug. I finished this bug just enough for that page finish. I think the page is right there. So that bug, this flower, this leaf, all the way to the edge. So this whole section now is 100% complete. So that means, and I brought my chart and my handy dandy highlighter. Like I said, I'm a goober. I love to highlight. Look, so much fun. Okay, and then I'll write down here in the pink, November. So 10 and 11 are going to take a little longer, which is why I was like, okay, that's good. That's good. That's enough for this. And then I went and picked up something else. But that's a lot of progress for the Peacorn, and I'm super excited. Now, do I still want to stick with my goal of getting her to 50%? It's not, I don't know. Page-wise, number-wise, maybe. We'll see. This is actually probably closer than this is. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'll probably put her away for a little bit because what I went to next gave me all the bugs, gave me all the feels for the Christmas stitching. Now, and right now I'm playing with Christmas fabric and I'm working with all the things. Those are some of the secret things that I'm not going to be showing you. But So that's given me all the Christmas stitching feels, and I want to embrace it while it's here. So if you don't know, I do a 12 days of StitchMiss video series here on YouTube, and I hope you will join me. If you're not part of my channel, I would love for you to subscribe right now and join the fun. What the fun is during the month of December, well, actually the first 12 days only, December 1st through December 12th, I tried it once. My first year was all 24 days. My December is pretty busy after Lily's graduating from Clemson later on. So I can only commit to the first 12 days again this year. Maybe one day I'll go back to doing the 24 days. But in the meantime, December 1st through December 12th, I will do the 12 days of StitchMiss. And I will come back with you guys every day with a video, and we're going to be opening advents. Yes, plural. One is going to be the Tiger Lily Advent. So if you don't know, hopefully if you got your box, you're excited. Maybe it's under your tree. Maybe you've already opened it. I know it's a lot of friends have, but that's okay. We're going to open it together and I'll show you all the good stuff. And then I'm going to be opening, I think, 3 more advents. 2 of them are yarn and they're here. One is the Leap of Faith yarns. Look at me with my sealed box. I haven't opened it. This is a beautiful hand dyer. I will link her Etsy shop down below. She's beautiful yarn. She's from Maryland, so just across the river from me here, and I couldn't resist. Hers was called the Noah and the Ark. If you don't know, my son's name is Noah, and so Shelly gifted me a skein of her yarn. It was the first time I had tried it. Back in June, she gifted me this beautiful pink yarn. I should have grabbed it, but because I'm not going to show you this yarn, but I'll show you this yarn. I'll do the 12 days of StitchMiss. But she is beautiful. The advents are all sold out, so I can't link those. But she does have a couple like winter fun bundles if you wanted to treat yourself to maybe a new sock set or new project for the upcoming holiday season. She's got some great stuff. And again, beautiful small business right in Maryland across the street, and it's called Leap of Faith Yarns. Love it so much. So I'm super excited about that advent. And then I also showed you guys this last couple times ago. This is the Moon Glow yarn advent. Now this one's not a full surprise. When she sold this, it's rainbow. It's Rainbow S. Now all of them are still unwrapped, so we're going to do it together. You can see all the packages are fun and just wrapped and numbered, but it is given to, I do know that it's a rainbow spoiler. And so I was talking to my friend Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, her and Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, both of them I will link down below. They're into the knitting too, which is so fun. So we're like stitching and knitting and doing all the things together. But they both got the Moon Glow Advent. I think they got DK. I got fingering, but we've been passing around ideas of what we're going to do with it. I love the idea of actually like doing an advent, knitting an advent as I go. Now, of course, they're smart. They're smart. And they picked out a cowl. It's a beautiful cowl. It's got a neutral color, and then stripes, pretty stripes, not just plain stripes, but some kind of stripe effect with your rainbow colorway. Totally doable. A cowl in a month is totally attainable, right? Great. Like I said, let me tell you, they are smart girls. I love that idea, but I love sweater knitting. Do I need another sweater on the needles? No, I do not. Do I think I could ever finish a sweater in a month? No, I do not. But I really, really want to. And there's a fun, I'm going to put right here. I had I went Ravelry deep diving, and there's a couple patterns. Hopefully I'm popping in pictures right here to see of ones that I'm considering. I'm crazy, right? I'm crazy. We'll see. But then I have 2 other advents that are coming. They're not here yet, so we'll talk about them when they get here. Hopefully they'll get here in time. If not, we'll zig and zag. Anyway, so last year during the 12 days of StitchMiss, this was the advent. This was the keeper for last year's advent, the fun Wintertale by Katarina Rochelle. Love this collection. I'm actually sewing a secret project right now using this fabric. If you love the Pink Angels as much as I do, I actually have some really great bundles down below if you want to grab some left over. It's totally out of print everywhere. But I love the Pink Angels. The project I'm doing is actually fussy cutting the angels. I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. Anyway, so last year during the 12 days of StitchMiss, I kitted up 12 new projects. Now they were small, and step 1, small, well, smallish. And I learned from my mistake. They do need to all be small, not just some small, all small. So this year I'm hoping I want to. I've got 10 days to do it, right? Yeah, almost to do it, that I think I want to do it again this year. It was so much fun. I gave myself, it's like a surprise advent for me. Like I got myself advent, so I don't really need one, but it's a stitching fun. And doing the ornaments, like I said, the ornaments, the key is ornaments. And I love ornaments. I want to, one day, hashtag goals, is to have a full tree of just stitchy fun. Now, I did this weekend. I'm hoping this weekend is my decorate my trees. Yes, I do have more than one. Decorate my trees starting. So I get to pull out all my stitchy ornaments, and that is so fun. I can't wait to show you guys all of those. We'll see how, whether I put them on the tree first or whether I show them to you. Anyway, ornaments. But I didn't finish them last StitchMiss. I still finished a couple of them because they were small, but because some of the new starts weren't ornaments, they took more time. Anyway, so I went and I pulled, everything was kitted up in here. I just kept shoving. This is the keeper of them all. You can see I just kept shoving stuff in corners, and I mean, that's the great thing about the keepers is in the background, in the front, in the back, all the different pockets. It held so many projects. So what I have is I went and I pulled out my 12 days of stitch. I was like, I need to finish. Let's just see what we got. So I went to the one and I was like, okay, which one that I started that is not done could I get a finish on this week? And I got one. So that's super fun. So like I said, this is one that I started last year during 12 days of StitchMiss. This is Early Christmas Morning by BlackBird. Classic, fabulous, been around since, what's that say, 2018? An oldie but a goodie. So I kitted this up. Let's see. Let me check out my project tracker cards. Okay, so this is my way of telling you guys, so fun. I always do a floss conversion. I love my tracker cards. I will link them down below. I definitely have, I'm probably going to be letting them, I'm not going to be restocking those next year going forward. So this is my last hurrah of tracker cards. But anyway, so this is Early Christmas Morning. This one was started on December 4th last year during the 12 days of StitchMiss. I'm stitching mine on 36 count XJU Old Sheep, and I did a little bit of the floss conversion. It's not too tricky. If you've been around for a while, you know that I love to do floss conversions. I love to pull from stash. I love to just use the cover photo as inspiration and go to my thread wall and pull from stash. 2 pinks, 2 greens, a couple browns, and this little rusty, it's like a rusty bell orange is how I would classify that. I think I used tarnished gold. And that's one of the called for colors, so look at me. So I got that one stitch. Now, of course, when I was stitching it this week, I was like, I had the top is where I started last year. And there's this whole drum finish, and it's super cute. It says Merry Christmas. It's really hard to see, and I can't just show you the chart. But once I got the center finished, which is what I got finished this week, I decided it doesn't want to be a drum. It wants to be an ornament. And I'm okay with it. I'm super excited. I actually went into my bucket of Chantel 141 wood finishes, hoping that I had a 6, because it's 36 count. Hindsight's 2020, right, friends? If I had stitched this on a 40 or even 46, it would be a much smaller, cuter, adorable-ish circle. But at its current size, it's a 6-inch circle. Kind of big, not too big for me, if you ask me. I love a big, chunky ornament, so I'm good with it. I was hoping that I had a 6.5 inch, 6 1/4. So I was hoping I had a wood circle ornament in my collection. I collect all of Chantel's ornament kits. If you don't know, I will link her shop down below. She's got beautiful finishing wood. It's just so easy. But I didn't have one that big. The biggest circle I had with things was a 5-inch circle. So like I said, hindsight's 2020. If I was going to stitch this again, I would have gone on a smaller count, so it would have fit, but it didn't. So I have no problem, 0 problem doing it's very much needlepoint inspired by, where I'm just going to cut out a round circle of the mat board and another mat board, cover them in fabric, sandwich them together, and make my own cording. I love to make my own cording with DMC and just do it it just reminds me of very needlepoint-esque inspiration. It'll be nice and lightweight, even though it's a big 6-inch circle. It'll be super cute. I haven't decided if I'm going to give it to Lily because, you know, she bought her first house here in 2025. So I thought that might be cute. Although she'll be like, my house isn't red. You know, she's literal. Anyway, that's my ornament finish for this week. I hope to have an ornament finishing day sometime soon. But in the meantime, oops, sorry for shaking you. Okay, so then I finished that one. I was like, okay, well, what do I got next? Well, unfortunately, the next one is one of those, you know, big ones I talked about. Hold on, let me see. Well, the chart's somewhere. Here it is. Okay. This is one of those ones that it was also part of the 12 Days of StitchMiss last year, but it wasn't an ornament. Now, again, I could cut it, I could make it, I could shrink it. We'll see. Anyway, it's Cranberry Christmas. Sorry, I'm going to leave it in the bag just for glare because this is how I kit things up. When I use my project keeper for like a hold all the things keeper all at once, I keep them just kitted up in their individual bags and I just shove bags and bags and bags inside the keeper. Works perfect. So that way I have just, this is my Christmas one. Now I am going to pull out a new one. Obviously it's December 1st when this year's Christmas Advent keeper comes out. It's so fun. But if you didn't get the Advent, I'll talk about it later on. There's a little bit of a Tiger Lily shop update. So if you want to hook yourself up with a fun Christmas bag, I've got you if you don't have the Advent. So fun. Okay. Anyway, so this was Cranberry Christmas by Artful Offerings. Again, this is an oldie but a goodie. This was from 2020. Again, I pulled from Inspired by and I used pretty floss drops. I went ahead. Sometimes I just keep the week's tags on there so that later on, if I want to put it back into my thread wall, not on the pretty cards, I can put it back on its, you know, grits card or whatever, the week's Dye Works cards. We'll see. But these are beautiful tags from Sweet Autumn Stitch. I want to get it right. She's a beautiful small business that was actually part of the October Keeper Club. I featured her before, I think last year's Advent or 2 years ago Advent. Super great. I will link her Etsy shop below. She does floss drops, beautiful cards and bling and tins and fun. They come like this. So fun. Okay, I will link her down below. Well, this card isn't very helpful, is it? This just tells me, well, it tells me the fabric, so that's exciting. 36 count Be Stitch Me, one more reproduction. These are the floss. I didn't write them down yet. I definitely did a floss pull on my own. Like I said, that's my jam. Just using the color photo as inspiration. And so I pulled her out to get, I think, just one night of stitching on. And there she is. Super fun. Like I said, it's 36 count Be Stitch Me. This one, I can't make this one an ornament. I mean, I guess I could if I stop. I mean, if I took out that tree and just put another tree and just made a square, I could do that. But I've already committed to the tree. We'll see. I won't make it an ornament. That would be huge. Let's see. I think it's a really big chart. It's 185 by 116. So yeah, even if I left the wreath off and the bottom off, I could have got away with just the 2 trees in the house. Oh, but the cardinals and the birds. Yeah, this one's not going to be an ornament. I don't know what it's going to be when it grows up, and it won't get finished this year. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest and real on that whole situation. Because, especially if I'm going to be kitting up and starting 12 new ornaments, starting December 12th, this one won't make the cut. But let's see what else is in the bag while we're here. You want to? Oh, so fun. Okay, so what's in here? Okay, so this one, Peppermint and Pine, last year I started and finished. And I'll show you guys. I'll do a little Christmas ornament walkthrough, maybe like on day 1 of the Advent. We'll see. But I finished this cardinal because I had to do the cardinal first. It's my favorite. But I think this year I'm going to kit up one of these. I kind of half kitted it up. I had another piece of fabric. I don't know what I was thinking last year that I was going to be doing 2 of them because they are pretty hefty. They're definitely full stitching. So whether the owl or this Finchy bird, I think we've talked about it before. I don't know what kind of bird it is. Let's just be real. But I think the owl is super cute. Lily is like a super Harry Potter fan, super fan of Harry Potter. Like she has this whole library in her new house. Anyway, but owls, Harry Potter, you know. If you know, you know. So I'll probably start the owl I don't think I'd finish it this year. We'll see. But that's what else. Let's see what else is in my trapper, my project keeper. Well, here's a floss ring. Random floss ring. Oh, this is a beautiful, I love this. This is As the Yo Flies. I will link her down below. She's got a beautiful Etsy shop. Again, another fabulous small business that I loved and I supported throughout the years. But I love just, it's different kind of floss bling. There's the blinging kind, and then there's these fine, they're super great quality, and she actually stitches around the edges and adds the beads, and there's an eyelet drop and all the things. So this is a floss ring. I'm thinking Cardinal Kin. This is my Cardinal Kin floss ring that I actually finished that ornament last year, but obviously didn't put the ring away. And then last but not least, what else is in here? Another beautiful collection. And again, I hope I'm not showing you things you can't get, but maybe you can get them. Or she'll have something like it. This is part of Sweet Autumn again, her Etsy shop. Look, it's so cute. So the bling matches the tins, and I love these tins. And let me show you what I do with the tins. Oh, and there's cards. It's a whole complete set. It's adorable. It's perfect for gifting to your friends. Okay, so like here's the card, right? And so this is Treenway Silks. And then what I do is I just put in 2 magnets, and magnet to the tin. And this is great for my monochromatic stitches. And I've told you guys this is one of my favorite things to do before. But you know, that's a whole 6 packs of needles, because it's 6-stranded floss, right? So when I pull out a strand, I'm gonna go ahead and load up those 6 needles. They're gonna stay in a tin, stay protected in the box, in the things. Now I haven't started it. What did I stitch? And I had fabric for it in this fabulous one. So this will definitely just go back into the rotation for this year's Advent. This is home for the holidays. And I know these ornaments, where there's alphabet ones, and we talked about it before, but oh, look how cute. ABC, all the different ornaments. And I had told you guys that I don't think I'm going to do, I have to see, I always forget. I need to write it down or remember options, either one. Rather than doing the alphabet, doing names and having them be on my tree, and like, you know, Noah and Lily and fun, and that would just be super fun. I mean, the alphabet's fun, don't get me wrong. But I'll have to see how many different, you know, sampler S, like this red, oh, so cute. And then there's the florally one. And I think there's 5. I don't remember. Oh, decorating the tree, so cute. Let's see. That one's very sampler S, very quilt-like, holly and ivy. So what are we up to, 3? 3, that's cute. And there's the house wand. Oh, and there's the first one. What was that, 5? Were you counting? I think it's 5. So fun. So that is definitely, I mean, it's all kitted up. So, and I don't remember why I didn't start it last year during the StitchMiss, but it's going to go back into the drawing, and I'm actually going to start 1 or 2. We'll see. But that's what was in my keeper. So I need to go ahead and start kitting up the rest of my ornaments for the 12 days of StitchMiss. It's going to be so fun. Okay, so I'm definitely going to do it. Today is the day. Well, maybe not today. It's a work day. I'm going to time block a 2-hour segment sometime in the next couple of days where I'm going to kit all these things up. So what I need from you guys, yes, hook me up, help me out. I don't have all. I mean, I have an electronic, the magazines, you know, the Primitive Punch Needle Stitcher, you know the magazine. Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I have a subscription. I get the hard copy magazine. With the hard copy magazine, you also get the electronic subscription to all the past episodes, all the past articles, all the past issues, that's a magazine, all the past issues of the magazine. I need you, if you have stitched an ornament from that magazine, let me know your favorite. Let me know your favorite. Now I could sit there and I could go through all of them. That would be my entire 2-hour block segment. I don't have that. 12. How fun would it be if I just did 12 ornaments? I mean, from the magazine. I won't, but maybe 6. It would be so fun. I feel like I need to start using the things I have, right? And I'm totally going to pull from stash. I have more linen than I know what to do with. These are all small ornaments. no problem pulling just a scrap piece of thing. So let me know your favorites. I would love to. And if you have a picture, send me a picture too. So my emails are down below. Comment down below if you have. I know a lot of friends sometimes find a favorite ornament and they stitch like 5 of them for their grandkids or their kids or whatever. And I think that's super fun. I have hashtag goals to do that when I grow up too. But I'm so excited. 12 ornaments. Next time I'm here, which next time I will be here will be December 1st. I will not be here next Friday. Everybody's in town for Thanksgiving. And by everybody, I mean Noah and Lily. So I'll just be busy doing all the things. So I'm just going to be honest. I will not be here next Friday. But I will be here. December 1st is Monday. So on December 1st is when we start all the fun. And I will have the 12 ornaments kitted up in my random thing, whether I'm going to do a wheel or spin or what. It's so fun. It's just as much fun for me as it is for you. Maybe. I don't know. But also during the 12 days of StitchMiss, see, I'm just going to go ahead and say all these things. And if I say these things, then I have to do them. I'm going to be doing daily giveaways like I have done in the years past. I didn't do it last year. It was too much. I was down in Clemson. But this year I am back at home and I will be in the studio for 12 days. So that's exciting. I'm going to be organizing the giveaways. There's going to be daily giveaways. And there might be the crossword puzzle again, which was so fun. I started that the first year. That was my favorite. The crossword puzzle, which you had to fill in by watching the daily videos. And then there was a grand prize at the end. I do not have featured small businesses, which I had in the past. I wish I did. That just is the bandwidth to do that is too much. But so I've got giveaways for you. I got you. Don't you worry. I've got giveaways. Fat Quarter Shop has hooked me up with so many different things throughout this year. And I can't wait to pull some bundles together. Maybe pull some Tiger Lily goodies. Things that are old advent, old supply, kind of out of print, fun things. I'm going to make little bundles. There might be a grand prize. I haven't quite decided. Come check out on December 1st to see what the world I'm doing. But it's going to be so fun. Okay, I can't wait. It's my favorite. It's my favorite, which is why I give myself like December off. I don't really, let's be real. I'm going to be sewing January Keeper Club Keepers like it's my job, because it is. But I do kind of bring my workload down a little bit so I can have so much fun with you guys. Anyway, so that's the stitching. What else do I have? All right, friends. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if you're not part of my Patreon, this week on Patreon, I dropped an exclusive video, an instructional video. My favorite things to do is to teach you guys how to do something. Is this month, I'm teaching you guys how to make my scissor keeper. Now, what in the world is a scissor keeper? My scissor keeper is just this cute little snappy pocket that I use to hold scissors. So, like, for example, it's got a snap, and then you unsnap it, and you just pop in your scissors, and it goes right. It just makes beautiful, super fun table mate gifts for retreats. I like to have one, make it match all my project bags. I love to have not my good scissors, a nice pair of scissors, a functional pair of scissors in with each of my project bags. It just makes it easy. That way I always have them, whether I just like grab a keeper and go. I always have a pair of scissors. I also throw them into my knitting bags too. Now I used to have, and I do in many of them because I don't have keepers for everything, little scissor keepers, is those little plastic with the silicone tip covers. The key for the reason why the scissor keepers are fun, or I like them, is because it protects the points from your scissors from damaging your linen or damaging your project bag or your vinyl or your yarn or whatever. It just keeps them, it protects them. And so you can definitely get those, $2 or $3 cheapy plastic ones, which is what I had in a lot of my sock knitting bags. But as time goes, I will just make fun little pretty pockets because I like to make all things pretty. So anyway, this instructional video is on Patreon if you want to link it down below. But what I wanted to come and tell you guys, because I had some people on Patreon ask, during that video, I show you guys and I use this set. Now this is just an Amazon set I used snaps. Now we talked about it, I don't remember when, but with snaps, it's just my way to do it. It's my favorite choice. You could use Velcro, you could use a hair tie, you could definitely get creative and MacGyver a different kind of closure, a button, whatever you want. I'm a snap girl. And so I got this, I'm going to say it's less than $15, pretty sure, on Amazon. and it comes with everything you need. It comes with a set of 50 snaps as well as the tools. You see there's like 4 or 5 different tools. All you need to add is a hammer. That's it. And this works great. This is a great, it does take a little bit of work. And I know my friend Lori Mill snap, she had a little bit of tricky, kind of ruined one. Just be careful. I would practice your snap, you know, waste a couple snaps sets practicing on a non-scissor keeper before you actually do that. But this is one way to do it. Now, I had some friends, like I said, these scissor keepers would make super fun retreat gifts or table mate gifts, or just to send a little goodie because they're flat. If you didn't put a scissor in them and you just wanted to send one to your friend in the mail, so fun, right? Okay, so, and easy, or you can make them to match project bags, like I said, retreat gifts, all the things. So, but if you're making a whole bunch, someone had asked, well, you mentioned that you have an industrial setter. And I do, because like I said, I included them in last year's Advent. Was the first time, well, maybe not the first time. I might have included them in a keeper club at one point. But anyway, I make a bunch. And so I'm not using the hammery tool. I use a different setter. And so I'm just going to let you guys see it here. I'm not going to show you how it works. If you want to know how it works, let me know on Patreon. Comment on the thing and I can do a quick little video on how to use this bad boy. This bad boy, you don't need a hammer. You don't need these tools. It comes with different, it's got a, I have a whole, see my sap. This is like one of those pencil boxes in the school supply box area. And that's how I keep all my tools, and it comes with different tips. And then you just buy the snaps and you can use different sizes and all that. It's just a lot. Like I said, it's more than the average bear needs. But if you are going to be making, I don't know, a whole slew, you want to pass them out at your next retreat? Wow, I want to go to your next retreat. But then this would be the way to go. I would definitely invest in one of these. But I will link both the Amazon economically one or this one. It also came from Amazon. I will link it down below if that's something you want to do. But if you want me to show you how to use it, I'm happy to share. Just let me know on Patreon under that video. And I will just shoot a quick, I'll make another scissor keeper. No problem. Love to. Okay, as I was putting that away, where my snap machines go, I wanted to pull this out just in case this might be more your jam. This is I try a lot of things. Let's be real. This is another Amazon special. It snaps, but rather than being those metal ones, right? It's not gold, but it's brassy gold. They're the metal fin. These are metal snaps. Now, if you've ever gotten like a thread bed, that's what they're called. A lot of thread bed makers use plastic snaps. Now you can't use that industrial machine on a plastic. This also comes with its own set of tools. It's a different, I've made a mess of it all. This is a plastic snap situation. So I will link this down below if you wanted to give this one a try. This one comes with, you see, a rainbow, an assortment, and they work great. Except I fail more often with these breaking than the metal ones, just personally. And maybe it's because I'm going through because there's the fabric and then there's interfacing and all the things of how I make it. It just might be a little too thick. Although that doesn't make sense because the thread beds like that have, anyway, I just wanted to show you, this is another option. I've gotten it. It works. It might be easier. There's no hammer involved. It's a squeeze tool situation. It kind of just smushes the plastic. It is what it is. Just an alternative for you. Okay, friends. So if you were here last week, you saw what I started in the world of knitting. Or actually, it was a restore. We talked in length about it last week, so I'm not going to go in length and tell you the diatribe story of my Azucena pullover. So pretty. Mine is not yellow. But it's a really, really pretty sweater that I am knitting. Very excited. I am using Paper Crane yarns. Ashley from Paper Crane Yarns put an exclusive yarn kit together a year and a half ago. It is now done and gone. You can still get this yarn. It's a beautiful cashmere and a mohair. Anyway, last year or last week I showed you guys I had the body, right? I was just going round and round. This was my main, I don't know why I'm remembering the number 17, but so for 17 days between video, the last one and this one, I did this yoke, this color work yoke. It's so dreamy. Look at the halo. The mohair, it is so squishy and fun to knit with. So I was here and we talked about, I was kind of scared about yarn. And I'll be honest, I'm still kind of scared about running out of yarn, but we're still just plugging ahead. So what I have is, I did do 3 pages of the Peacorn. Yay me. I finished an ornament. It was just one night to finish, but I still, yay me. But then I gave myself, I think it was basically all day, one of the weekend days last weekend. I was like, know what? I have earned, and I don't give myself these very often. I'm one of those always busy, always running around. Can you tell? But one day last weekend, I was like, no, I just want to sit on the couch. I just want to sit on the couch, hold my fuzzy pretty yarn, and knit for days. It was one day, but that's what I did. Pajama day, knitting on the couch all day, ended up with the sweater sleeve. I'm not the world's fastest knitter at all. This is only my like 4th or 5th sweater, but I love the sleeve. Now, I would try it on for you, but I already took the barber cords off because I went back to working on the body again. So, you know, when I was here last, I told you that I had finished the main color. It's a set. Let me show you. Remember we talked about my yarn management system, which I love. So this is the mohair. It's a mohair and a fingering, both from Paper Crane Yarns, held double. It's a cashmere, silk, merino, superwash blend situation of all the things. Beautiful color. Dahlia, I think is the colorway. So I had finished one set doing the whole body, and I only had 2 sets left to do sleeves and the rest of the body. And so that's what I was super worried about. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and start the sleeve or get a sleeve done. So I did go ahead and I finished that set of, I finished one set of cakes of yarns. So then I had another set, and that's this one. This is my second set. So with my second set, I finished the whole sleeve, and now I'm putting the second set balance on the body. Because I know I have a third set, and I know my third set, I can get the sleeve done and more. So my fear was that I wasn't going to have enough yarn for the sleeves and the body, so I wanted to do my sleeve first. But like I said, I would try this on for you guys, and I did try it on earlier. It wasn't covering enough of me for me to take a selfie of it. So maybe next week. I just feel like here, I'm going to cover my microphone, which is not very helpful, but it's barely covering what I needed to cover. But I am worried. I followed the pattern. I normally don't follow the pattern. My arms, I mean, I don't have like super long arms, but I struggle between finding the balance between following the pattern for sleeve length. Body length, no problem. If it's a little longer or a little shorter, I can adapt. But sleeves, I'm one of those funky, weird sleeve persons. Like I'm not a super fan of 3/4, or if it is, it needs to be intentionally a 3/4. But then one of the sweaters that I did finish, and I almost wore it today, but literally the sleeves would like go down to my fingertips because the yarn grew so much. And it's like I said, I'm still learning. I'm learning all the things. And so like, I remember when I knit that one, I did not follow the pattern. I just kept trying it on. And when it got to where I wanted it, that's when I cast off. Well, then it grew like, I don't know, 2-3 inches. Now I could probably reblock it, and I will, I think, and try to aggressively tell it to go a different way. I don't know. I'll have to measure. So I'm learning. I'm figuring out the balance between following the pattern, which is what I'm doing here, is I don't remember the pattern for my size, how many inches, that's usually how sleeves are written. It tells you, you knit There's no decreases in the sleeve, which was super fabulous and mindless. That was my full day, my pajama day. I loved that so much. It was just no great decreases. It'll give you a nice balloon because then you do a rapid decrease right at the top. But I did just follow the pattern, whatever inches it told me to, and then you start this cuff color work. When I try it on, it is way shorter than I want, like by 3 inches or so. When I did that, I did go ahead and add, if you're knitting this, look at this picture, right? Got my magnifying glass out. I counted the stitches. The stitches that are presented in this picture are not the stitches that the pattern tells you to do, just FYI. It's a different look. And if you go look at the project pages on Ravelry, you will see that this color block section right here is a lot shorter, and that the words are written for a shorter cuff. I don't know why the cover photo is different. No idea. I liked the cover photo, as well as I was worried about length, and I had no problem. Color contrast yarn I will have not run out of. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and knit as many as I count. I feel pretty confident that I could count. It didn't matter. This is my cuff, so it's a little bit longer. I think about either 6 or 7 more rows of this pink, and then you start this really fun. I got to weave in my ends, but you start this really fun knit one, purl one cuff, and I love, now whether it's supposed to look like that or not, but that's how. When you go from, it's just super fun. It's a fun little effect. I love it. It's not as stretchy because it's a color work cuff. I mean, I did do my Italian bind off, which is my favorite. Anyway, but my one sleeve is done. And I feel pretty good that I will at least be able to get 2 sleeves. We'll just have to see. I'm going to work on body now until this bundle is gone. I'm going to work on body. So that's going to be like this weekend, this football, my mindless. That's what I usually do. At night, I'll stitch until my eyes are like, okay, we're done. And then I get to pick up the mindless knitting, which is just round and round and round. I was with my mama for, I don't know, a couple hours yesterday. And so I was able to get 2, 3, maybe 2 inches of the body knit yesterday as I was doing what I needed to do. So that is the progress on my Azucena. Now, if you remember, I said, how fabulous would it be if that was my Christmas sweater? We are T-minus 34 days until said Christmas. I wear it on the 24th is my Christmas. So we'll see. I'd have to finish it and block it. I might have to give myself another pajama day on the couch for a sleeve or 2. I'm not mad about it. I'm super excited. I can't wait. So, because, like I said, I was talking about, I want to do a yarn Advent project during the 12 days of StitchMiss, but I don't feel like I'm not really good about having multiple whips besides a sock whip. Like I'll have a sock whip, but I also want to do some hats. I want to do some gift knitting. I'm doing some gift quilting right now, which is all over the table. Can't show it to you. That's secret stuff I'll show you later. Let's talk real quick about what else I have going on in the Tiger Lily shop, and then I'm going to let you go for the day. I did have a little bit of haul to show you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and just push that 10 likes time. It's not that exciting. It's just, you know, a fat quarter shop. My Ruby Star Society fabric came in. Let's show you. In case you don't know, Ruby Star Society, I love Fat Quarter Shop does. This is a great gifted to yourself. I think it's a quarterly. Yep. Quarterly. So this was my October 2025. You can see in this basket right here, little, I don't know how many bags there are. That's my Ruby Star collection. It's just a fat quarter bundle. I don't even remember how many are in there, but it comes with a beautiful curated bundle. So sweet, so fun and funky. And there's always a pattern. That is a very fun, easy, I bet that quilt top would throw together in a day or 2. Like easy peasy. So this is just me collecting for future me when I'm just gonna like quilt for days. So I'm super excited. So that is a fun quarterly bundle if you just want to work on adding to your fabric collection, and Ruby Star Funky Fabrics is your jam. They curate a bundle. It's not just like one collection drop. They kind of mix and mingle, which I think is fun. I don't collect fat quarter bundles of Ruby Star Society. I have to stop. I have to draw the line somewhere. And so, but this is a perfect way for me to just get a little dabble, a little taste of the Ruby Star fabric fun, because they curate bundles that match perfectly from like 2 or 3 different lines. I'm sure it tells me which collections include. Really bad font. I can't read it. Starry new colors in geometry. Geometry. Geometric geometry, you know. So they collect with that. So that was one thing that came in. And then I had some yarn that come in, but I'll show you guys that next time. You can see I shoved that last Ruby Star in this basket. The basket won't hold anymore. I have to sew one of those because I love the basket and the concept of keeping it all together, but it doesn't fit. Oh well, I'll have to go through and pick one. Maybe somebody will get one of those quilts. I won't even say for Christmas because that would be a big endeavor, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Tiger Lily shop update. If you don't want to know about Tiger Lily shop update, no worries. I will see you on December 1st, friends. Remember, subscribe, hit the bell so you know to come join me every day. I haven't quite figured out if I'm going to drop it at a particular time every day or how I'm going to do it, but we'll see. I'll definitely fill you in on all the details, as I love to do. December 1st is kind of like the admin day as well as the one day of fun. So we'll go through all that stuff, but until that next time, friends, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and your friends, and just enjoy each other's company and just love on them and hug on them. And you just, as my friend Holly, and I'm going to cry because I love, every day is a gift. I'd steal that from Holly. Hobbies of Holly. That's her favorite. That's what she says every day. Every day is a gift. And that is true, friends. So happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy everything that you love. Okay. Duh. Okay. Who knew that was coming? Thanks, Holly. Okay. So Tiger Lily shop update real quick. And I told you guys this a little bit last week. I didn't get to it, but it is coming in the next 3 days. So it will definitely be before next Saturday or next Monday. The Tiger Lily shop update. As I mentioned, if you didn't get the advent, but you want to treat yourself to a special new Christmas project bag or keeper, I've got you in a micro drop. I haven't done a micro drop, I think, all year, which is a vintage stitching and project bag and project keeper drop. It is small though, so let me just put that right here. It is a small collection. I was just waiting for my, kind of like twiddling my thumbs, waiting for my January fabric to come in for the keeper club. It was arriving late, so in the meantime I was like, well, I'm gonna make some keepers. Let's do it this way. So I think between 20 and 30, that's it, which is really, really small for what I normally do. And my apologies again. I'm sorry, it's going to sell out quickly. I anticipate that it will sell out quickly. The best ways for you to get notified, I am going to announce on Patreon this weekend. I'm going to announce to my Patreon members what time I will drop, and then I'll come back and tell you guys when it drops. I'm not going to just tell you guys it's on there. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of fair warning when the whole thing is going to drop. And there's going to be all kinds of things. There's going to be this micro drop of vintage stitching project bags, vintage stitching project keepers, and then there's 2 collections of project keepers for Christmas themes that I love, and I can't wait to share them to you. I hope you're excited about it. It'd be perfect for you guys to kit up all your Christmas goodies in it. Maybe use it at the Jingle Ball, because I will definitely get them out lickety split. You should have them in time for you to use this fun new project bag for your Jingle Ball Christmas stitching. So how fun would that be? If you don't know what the Jingle Ball is, you need to join me. I can't wait. Lindy Stitches throws one heck of a Christmas party in the world of stitching. December 4th, 5th, 6th, 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's that first weekend in December. It is so much fun. You know I'm going to talk about it all during 12 days of StitchMiss, but Lindy throws a fabulous party. It's a $15 ticket. You can't beat it with a stick to come to the party and see all the things. There's lots of classes, lots of PDF fun. Oh my gosh. Grab your ticket. I'm still deciding. I am going to treat myself to one PDF for that. That's going to be that day. It's probably going to be an ornament because it needs to be one of my 12 days and my starts. I just have to pick which one I want to do. And the great thing is, because it's a PDF, I still have plenty of time to grab that ticket, the class ticket, kit it up myself, and work on it. I'm super excited. It'll probably, I don't know what it's going to be. I want to do all the things, but I am going to limit myself to one. I am. So there's going to be that micro drop of project keepers and project bags, as well as in combination at the same time, I'm going to drop my, I don't want to call it a Black Friday sale because I'm a one-woman shop. I'm a small business. I can't really do it's not a big discounting sale situation. I can't do that. What I can do is I can bundle some of my extra things together and kind of give you a deal price for a bundle, meaning I will discount. Anyway, last year's 12 days of StitchMiss, I have 10 extra of this and 15 extra of that and 12 extra of this. I've created a couple, I don't know how many. I'm still putting it together. I'm going to be creating some bundles, big deals, lots of things off just to clear the shelves because I have lots of things coming in for 2026. I need to clear the shelves. So there's going to be some bundles of some last year's extra Advents. I'm not going to, well, you want to see some of the stuff? Hold on. All right. So here's some of the bundles that are good. It's just a goodie bag stuff that I've been pulling together. I don't know how the bundles are going to be put together. And like I said, it's not on the website right now, but it will be in sometime in the next week. Patreon will know exactly when everything's going to drop at the same time. And I'm dropping everything at the same time to save you guys on shipping. If you want a keeper and you want some of these extra things, shipping is one-stop shop for you to get the keeper and some extra goodie Advent things and maybe a fabric bundle or two. Remember that Wintertale collection? There's a fabulous, I might even put this on extra sale. I just need it to get going. So I'm going to have lots of quilting fabric, lots of things on sale coming up in the next less than a week. Just stay tuned. Join my newsletter. I will link that down below too. Patreon gets early access. 24 hours later, I will send a newsletter out to everyone telling you what's left or letting you know that it's there. But again, I do it all at once, one big drop at once, so that way you save on shipping because I don't like to pay shipping either. So if you can just add everything to cart, fabric and stitching and keepers, oh my. So anyway, some of the things that are going to be in there. This was my exclusive chart from last year's Advent. The chart I have lots of copies of. I will have it as either a PDF, quick download. That I'm going to go ahead and put that in the shop right now. So if you want to grab this PDF, you can totally grab this as a PDF right now on my website. It will link down below. But if you want a hard copy, because the hard copies I used a Forbidden Fiber Clo in the Advent, was also a custom floss pack. It's just 4 colors. You can see it's a red, a pink, a blue, and a green. You could totally kit this up from Stash. I'm a super fan of kitting up from Stash, so that's why maybe grabbing the PDF so you can start this is the way to go. Or there's a hard copy. I can't show you the inside because the inside is the chart. But this is what they look like. Like I said, there's floss packs. I'm going to say maybe 15. So that'll be a little bundle, will be a floss pack. It's just fun, bright colors. I finished this. This was one of the fabrics that's in the Wintertale bundle. I did a nice little rick-rack 2 boards sandwiched together. Easy peasy. Like I said, I love a quick finish. And this is very much like that needlepoint inspired finish I told you guys about. This is Joy. Again, this is only 3 colors. So a green, a pink, and a red. Totally pulled from Stash. And then what I did is I just put some micro beads, I think size seed beads, whatever you want, or you could just stitch it in yellow thread, whatever you want. But I just thought the seed beads, it gives it a little fun. Again, it's just 2 pieces of mat board sandwiched together. Make my own cording, glue gun. Someone sent me an email about my favorite glue gun. I will link it down below. It's a Gorilla glue gun. Note to self, I don't write myself notes, but I will when I'm editing. It's a Gorilla glue gun. I'm sure I got it on Amazon because I do. But it just, Gorilla Glue, I mean, really. So this is a sweet little, like I said, it's a 2-for-1, a twofer. So that is from last year's Advent. And then also in here, there's extras. Spoiler, I'll tell you, There's scissor keepers to go. There's scissor keepers to go with some keepers, so that's fun. Last year, this was one of my exclusive stitch bags, so there's going to be a bundle of those in there. And then I don't want to watch you guys dig. Okay, and then there's Atom Heartthrobs. So they're hot pink sparkle. I'm trying to think what project. I have my I think my Peacorns on them. But they're Atom Heart. They're in the shape of a heart. They're hot pink sparkles. My favorite floss drops. There's going to be a bundle of those on great deals. You could grab those for, again, table mate gifts. I'll do a six pack bundle, so you could just have them in stash for next year's table mates. So fun. And then I have, these are already wrapped for you. This is one of these Lumi light bulb things. Of course, I don't have one handy. There'll be a picture online, but I do have a handful of these that are actually already wrapped. And then I'll be throwing in some goodies. I have some of the sweets, the gummies, and the ginger cookies. Some of the sweet treats that I include in the keeper clubs, I have some extra of. I do not need to eat any more sweets. And so I'm just going to throw those in the boxes as they first go out, and when they're gone, they're gone. And there's also, if you were here last year, these 1 through 25, I will drop these just to add these, like, just fun little things to add if you want them. This is how I did last year's Advent tags. It was 1 through 12, and then you guys were gifted. I gave you the rest of the set because it's a 1 through 25 set. It's this fun little wooden set. I have, I don't know, this many of those left. So like I said, it's just going to be a menagerie of fun on the website. Just kind of clearing the shelves, little sale, kind of bundle it together with Miss Micro Creeper Drop. That's the Tiger Lily shop update. As well as I'm just getting ready for the Advent. I'm going to do things with Noah and Lily when they're home one's home for a week, one's home for 3 days. Why they're not driving together from South Carolina, don't ask me. I'm not in charge. But they're both coming home, and they will be at my mother's Thanksgiving table, and that's what matters to me. So I'm excited for that. And that's it, friends. Yes. Okay. So I will be back December 1st to start the 12 days of StitchMiss. I have lots of things to do between now and then to get ready. Oh my goodness. So again, friends, every day is a gift. Happy Thanksgiving. I will see you on December 1st. Happy stitching.